Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? All right, bear with me. I'm going to ask you a question, and before you roll your eyes and reach for the button to change the dial or next on the podcast, just hear me out. Could Sean Payton be headed for a TV gig this year? Hold on. I told you, hear me out. I want to be very clear. I don't believe that's going to happen, not now anyway. But as I say often, with coaching searches, consider everything, believe nothing. Or maybe reverse that. Believe nothing, consider everything. So last year, ESPN.com did this feature where and I like these things, where they give anonymity to people. And every year you see things like this, where like Athlon does this. They'll talk to SEC coaches, give them anonymity, and ask them questions about other SEC coaches. Now, you don't know who it is. I mean, could it be like an analyst at Vanderbilt giving you an opinion on Nick Saban? I don't know. But I do like the fact that when you have anonymity, you tend to get more truth. And the question is, do you believe the source? Well, ESPN did this last year where they asked NFL executives to make bold predictions for the following year. And last year, here's a few of the predictions that these executives made. Let's see if they can get the Jimmy Ott right ding. One, well, I haven't said it yet, Muse. Hold on, let me say it first. You got 14 more minutes, Muse. Take it easy. They predicted Carson Wentz to Indianapolis. An executive predicted Alex Smith retiring. They predicted Julio Jones would get traded from Atlanta. They predicted the 49ers would keep Jimmy Garoppolo and draft a quarterback. And the Patriots drafting a quarterback high. Now, they had some misses. They predicted Trubisky re-signing with the Bears. Sam Darnold going to Pittsburgh. But 8 out of 10 for bold predictions? It's pretty good. We all agree on that? That's pretty good. This is scuttle, ear-to-ground scuttle from people within NFL executive circles telling you under the condition of anonymity what they're hearing. So naturally, I'm going to go, all right, especially when the headline is about Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and their futures, because of all the talk we're having here, you better believe I'm going to keep an eye on this. So, one of the predictions is that the Colts will keep Carson Wentz. Okay, whatever. They also predict that the Eagles will shop for a quarterback. This one's a little surprising. They predict that Washington will trade for Niners quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. That would certainly cause seismic movement within the NFC if it were to happen that way. They predict the Falcons trading Calvin Ridley to a contender. That would be back-to-back years. Traded Julio Jones last year, potentially trading Calvin Ridley this year. Again, remember, these are NFL executives under the condition of anonymity giving their projections or predictions for the season. This one you'll be excited about. They project that Russell Wilson will be wearing a new jersey in 2022, that he will not be back in Seattle. And they point out that Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, they're friendly, but have philosophical differences on how to build a team, and that ultimately Russell Wilson is going to find himself elsewhere. They do point out that the Saints were on Russell Wilson's original list of preferred destinations, and that should the Seahawks try to trade him, that New Orleans would be in the discussion. So they didn't predict that Wilson would end up in New Orleans, but only that Russell Wilson would be wearing a different jersey next year and that the Saints are on that list. They mentioned the Steelers drafting Ben Roethlisberger's successor, and this is the one that really made me go, huh? They project that a major coaching name, and they list Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, or Sean McVay will leave the NFL for a television job. Now, I want to elaborate. And it's worth mentioning that TV salaries, especially with the over-the-top networks, the salaries are getting obnoxious. So a coach could leave the NFL, have much less stress, and make enormous money. One executive said, quote, "Not sure I see Payton walking away from coaching. He loves it too much. But there's definitely some buzz there that maybe he's being courted on that side. Maybe he goes and does that and returns one day to coach the Cowboys or something." Okay, they also mentioned Pete Carroll. He's 71 years old, sunny disposition. And then they mentioned Sean McVay, basically in the same vein as John Gruden. Young coach, desperately trying to get a Super Bowl quickly so he could leave, go to TV, and then maybe get back in somewhere down the line and pick a spot. Every time I hear a story relating to Sean Payton leaving the Saints, I always think of something that Mike Detillier told us on this show forever, which is Sean Payton's mentor is Bill Parcells. And Bill Parcells was never going to be a coaching lifer, and neither is Sean Payton. So anytime I hear a story about Sean Payton not leaving the Saints for another coaching job, hear me here. Sean Payton's not leaving New Orleans to coach the Bears or the Cowboys. There's 32 NFL jobs. Sean Payton's one of the top 5 highest paid coaches. He has full autonomy. The whole organization and structure is his. He ain't leaving the Saints for another coaching job. Would he leave for a front office job? Would he leave for a TV job? Maybe. And that's where I go, Because remember, Sean Payton's mentor, Bill Parcells, was not a coaching lifer. He coached the Giants, won a few Super Bowls, left and did TV for a few years. In the early 90s, Parcells left the Giants, went and did TV for 2 years, then jumped back in New England. Brought New England to a Super Bowl, then went to the Jets, retired again before Jera coaxed him out of retirement to go coach the Cowboys. Point is, I could see Sean Payton doing something similar. Now, I believe if Sean and Drew Brees had won a second Super Bowl, he would already be gone. I do believe that. I believe if they had gotten their second Super Bowl, they would both be gone. I can't confirm that. I don't know that. I just believe, outside looking in, reading tea leaves, putting the pieces together, knowing who his mentor is, I believe that that's a likely case that could have transpired, but didn't. I think any of those three make sense. Pete Carroll, 71 years old. You could certainly see him leaving. Sean McVay, I could understand. I mean, I don't know why you're the toast of the town in L.A. I don't know why you'd leave. You've already been to a Super Bowl. But you could certainly understand the case they make about Gruden. And then what we've talked about with Sean Payton. So to be abundantly clear, I do believe Sean Payton wants to win a second Super Bowl. And I think he wants to do it in New Orleans. And he'd really like to see for his legacy if he could do it without Drew Brees and bring a second quarterback to a Super Bowl. And we'll see if he can get there. But remember, believe nothing, consider everything. And this isn't a report about Sean Payton potentially leaving for another coaching job, which I do not believe will ever happen. I don't think he's leaving the Saints to go to Dallas or the Bears or something like that, or the Raiders. That's not happening. But would he leave coaching for a less stressful job, or for an office job, or for a TV job? Maybe. Maybe. That, I think, has to be, again, considered. Follow it this offseason. See if any of those 10 come true this year. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.